Is lion's mane good for memory and focus? Is ashwagandha even really good for stress? Is cordyceps even great at giving you energy? Well, if you want to ask those questions, then you have to understand what focus and memory is. You have to understand what stress is. We have to understand what energy is. So let's think about it a little deeper and take a look at the profound benefits of stacking lion's mane, cordyceps, and ashwagandha. This is a presentation called MYCoffee Me by Newport Mushroom Company. I'm very glad to be here. We're going to do a more in-depth and scientific presentation looking at all the ingredients later on, but for right now, we're just going to get you understanding why it's so important to be taking these, especially in the day and age that we're living in right now. So you're going to see how stacking all three of these, it really lays the foundation for all of your health. All of the processes that go on in your body can benefit from taking cordyceps, from taking ashwagandha, from taking lion's mane. Let's look at the very first ingredient, lion's mane. Very beautiful mushroom. And what is it? So it goes by Hericium erinaceus in the scientific terms, and it has been used for centuries in China and Japan because of its profound health benefits. Well, what are those health benefits? Let's take a look at the benefits, and then we're going to take a look at how deep it goes. So enhanced cognitive function and memory, brain health, nerve protection, and regeneration. So we hear of all those benefits, but some people don't know why they're so important. But that's why I am here today. So its compounds stimulate the regeneration of brain cells in the hippocampus. It passes the blood-brain barrier, goes straight into your brain, directly supporting your memory banks, your memory formation, your learning, your focus, your mental clarity at the root level of the nervous system. So powerful, so profound. Why is helping our memory so darn important? Well, that is because we are our memory. Each experience, emotion, and lesson we've learned is who we are. So this is the foundation of who we are, is our memory. If you woke up tomorrow and you forgot who you were, that wouldn't be pretty good. But guess what? People are forgetting who they are. I've experienced it with members of my family, and many diseases start to deteriorate the nervous system, and people are forgetting just who they are. And one thing you have to remember is that who we are is all stored in our nervous system. And it gets beyond that, because what is our nervous system? It is all electric signals, electricity, right? This is an electrical system. This is how we remember things, because we're channeling energy through our electrical system. And if you let this deteriorate, if you don't take care of this nervous system, or you have a disease that causes progressive damage and dysfunction within the nervous system, particularly the brain's neurons and synaptic networks, you're going to have memory loss and cognitive decline, which is not good. We all know it's not good. So yes, lion's mane is powerful because it allows us to stay ourselves and remember who we are. But guess what? It gets even bigger. It gets even more profound because, we all want to love ourselves, but we all know that we want to change, right? So what does that mean if we want to change? We have to learn. So we are what we learn. And if you're a learner like me, then you're constantly trying to remember things, but you're also trying to shove more information up here. And lion's mane helps with this profoundly because it allows very specific ingredients in your hippocampus, it tells the rest of your body on a genetic level, hey, we're learning. We're turning on our growth mechanisms. We're going to expand. We're moving forward. So we're reshaping our perception with the world. We're rewiring a new way of even seeing our memories. This is why um, lion's mane is so profound, because it goes beyond. It goes so far beyond just memory and brain stuff, right? Because who we are and our memory, those aren't physical things. Those aren't tangible. Those aren't ways that we can damage parts of our brain and we still, for the most part, remember who we are. But we are what we learn, and that's so crucial to remember when it comes to taking lion's mane, is that you're supporting a very ethereal and ephemeral part of what you are. So let's get into ashwagandha. Just a beautiful plant. Now, what is ashwagandha? Withania somnifera. It's a herb characterized by small green flowers, red fruit, and broad leaves. So the roots have been used in Ayurvedic medicine for centuries in India, and everyone's taking ashwagandha. It's all the rage. It's so powerful, and I take it every day. Everyone who takes ashwagandha, they usually taking a specific ashwagandha supplement, but stacking it with lion's mane and cordyceps is just taking it to another level. So let's get into the benefits, right? We all want to hear the benefits. What are the benefits? So, beyond cardiovascular health and detox and cellular protection, we have stress regulation. But what actually is stress? These are our stress. Cortisol is a stress hormone. So cortisol reacts when we get a stimulation for stress. We have a reaction, and our body releases hormones. We have many different hormones in our body, but this is so crucial. Ashwagandha has been known as an aphrodisiac. It helps the fertility, it helps the reproductive organs, and sleep quality. So ashwagandha does not just help tank stress, right? It doesn't just bring it down. What it does is it gives your body the tools on a genetic level to balance your stress levels. So you don't have any huge spikes in stress. So none of that. We don't want that. We want to stay balanced, keep the equilibrium alive. That is what's so important about ashwagandha. So, neuroprotection, cognitive support, all three of these ingredients, the lion's mane, the ashwagandha, the cordyceps, all three of them are great for cognition. All three of them are great for our brain. All three of them are great for our heart. But they each shine in very specific ways. So, better sleep, detox, emotional balance is so crucial when it comes to keeping our health, right? Now, what's next? What do we need to know about stress and why stress is so powerful? And I'm going to bring up a quote by Dr. Andrew Huberman. Stress really lies at the heart of whether or not our internal experience is matched well or not to our external experience. Just think about that for a second. We're constantly relaying things from back and forth, our environment to inside to our environment. And ashwagandha calms and rebalances the hypothalamic pituitary adrenal axis, which is the HPA. It's called the HPA axis, which is your body's central stress response system. It controls the release of cortisol and regulating how you react to physical, emotional, and environmental challenges. So, reducing excessive cortisol production and calming the cascade of stress signals. So, this helps you shift from a survival mode from a very reactionary mode. And it's actually supporting your body in keeping calm, relaxing, don't not getting so stimulated by little things. And it's so crucial to remember this when we're thinking about ashwagandha. So let's get over to the hormonal health and fertility aspects. So by supporting fertility and stabilizing hormones like testosterone, estrogen, and progesterone, the body regains its natural rhythm, taking care of our heart, taking care of our emotions. You know, you really get the tools to be a little more patient. You know, this takes care of our heart, our emotional aspects. It's so crucial and so powerful. Alrighty, last but most definitely not least, we have Cordyceps, such a beautiful and fun mushroom. So it's a parasitic fungi known for its medicinal properties and traditional use in Chinese medicine. So these mushrooms are wild, ladies and gentlemen, just wild. And I don't even have the time to get into all of it, but here's what it does. It supercharges your body's ability to create energy by boosting oxygen flow. Oxygen is the foundation of energy. Think about it, what happens if we don't have oxygen? I think everyone knows what happens when we don't have oxygen. But this takes it to a whole nother level because it turns on the ingredients in your body and the genetic sequence to build new blood vessels and increase red blood cells, and it turns on key genetic survival pathways, which create more mitochondria, faster glucose absorption, so you can take in energy more readily, and stronger cellular repair. When oxygen means energy, Cordyceps becomes the catalyst that unlocks your body's full vitality, resilience, and performance. So think of how powerful that is to have more oxygen flowing through your body. I mean, literally letting your blood vessels grow and expand and reach new like lingers out into more capillaries, more places. So pairing this with lion's mane, pairing this with ashwagandha, it takes it to a whole nother level. And so you take all three and you are going to notice the difference big time. All three of these stacked together, it is the simplest formula. It's not like you need 15 different ingredients to make a big change in your life. So just adding these three is very crucial. And these are the first three ingredients that I would be putting in my life. Just if I didn't take anything and I ate cheeseburgers all day and I was like, oh, I should do something about that, I'm going to order these three because you get a holistic view, a 1,000-foot view on your health, and you're covering the mind, the heart, and the body, which is so crucial. And how many people are losing circulation every day? How many people are stressed out every day and can't sleep? How many people know someone with cognitive decline or have cognitive decline themselves? It is amazing. And so that concludes this presentation about lion's mane, ashwagandha, and cordyceps. And I would be a lousy businessman if I didn't share with you my product, which is MYCoffee. And we put all three of those ingredients into a very clean formula. And you don't need any special frothers. You don't need to kill it with a bunch of extra flavors, because this is very mild. It mixes well, and you could put it in just about anything. It's got a very mild, natural flavor to it, a little sweet, and this is our jar of MYCoffee, which is beautiful. It tastes great, and it's not so crammed full of ingredients that you don't get anything. This actually has a very, very healthy, impactful, potent dose of lion's mane, cordyceps, and ashwagandha. So Thank you everyone for joining me and watching. And if you find this video helpful, please share it with people. Share it with someone who you're trying to turn on to lion's mane or turn on to cordyceps, or just someone who you think should be a little more healthy, or your friends, whatever it is. If you would like to try samples of my coffee or would like to see it in your store, please email us at service@newportmushroom.com. Thank you everybody for watching. Take care.